So Rochdale 13 with Alan Kilshaw after a 44-18 defeat in pre-season against Salford Red Devils. Is it good to be back?
Yeah, it's been a long pre-season, a long time. Obviously because we won that final, we finished earlier than everybody else. So it's good to get back on the paddock, and thought the lads did well in patches.
A lot of new faces in the team. Obviously you've made some signings for the season. How do you think that they went today?
Yeah, they're only going to get better. I thought there was some good performances from the new guys and the guys that we've retained. I thought Gav Benyon was really good. Miles Greenwood, a couple of new guys there who were stand out, and probably Lewis has got the hardest position, Palfrey, because he's playing at half, and I thought he did some good things in patches, and obviously some things to improve on as well. So there's lots of things to work on, but as a benchmark and as a baseline, it wasn't a bad first hit out against a quality side.
You mentioned Palfrey there. He's got a combination with Danny Yates to work on. Is that what pre-season's about for you, for making those combinations work and getting used to it? Yeah,
and more so, with that edge that he's going to be working with. With Josh, who he knows, but J.K. Riles, Miles, the hookers he needs to gel with as well. So it's tough for him, and it's totally new systems to him than what he's been used to, because he's been at another club for a number of seasons. He played a different style of rugby to us, so he'll get on board, and he's a good player, he's a smart player, and I'm sure he'll be even better next week for the run out, and we just keep building for round 1 against Dewsbury.
And another new lad, Gary Middlehurst, was there at 13. He had a lot of involvement with the ball throughout the game. Is that something that you're looking to do at 13 this year, to have a ball handler there at loose forward?
Yeah, well, we that's how we set him up, Gaz, I think, can play a bit more with the ball, make some better decisions, and again, he's been playing in the back row in a different system, but he did have a good game. I thought he was involved in quite a lot of things, and he always finds his front and gets you quick play the ball, and his decision making and his ball playing will come on, and the line speed was really fast off Salford today, and technically they were good round the ruck, so we didn't get many fast play the balls for our forwards to play on. Thought our backs got some really quick play the balls coming off the back fence in yardage, and when we played fast we really troubled them, but once we got near the line we didn't play the ball as quick as we want, and when we did, we scored a couple of good tries. So like the guys and the other forwards, they're getting encouraged to play and offload, and that'll come. The more we play together, and the better the weather gets, then we're going to be able to play a bit more football.
On the current players, Ben Moore's had a really good game there at 9. He put a lot of minutes in. Was that something you were looking to do, give him a bit of a blowout at 9?
Yeah, trying to keep him out there, and Jay, he come on, it was his first game, so he played the last half an hour, and I thought he didn't look out of place as well, and obviously we've got Ryan Manili to come back in as well, so those guys will get long minutes again next week, and Ben was good. I thought he bossed the game well, he taught well. He's a good player, and he'll be even better this year in the Championship with those quality players around him.
You looked a bit frustrated at times with the referee. It was a bit stop-start of the game. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I thought it was like an NFL game at one point. It was probably the longest game, wasn't it, with all them stoppages, and hopefully those injuries aren't too bad, for Salford and either side. Look, it's early doors in the season. It's the ref's first game as well, so it's going to be scrappy. And friendlies, notoriously are. I did think, the penalty count was going quite high against us, but we smartened up, and Salford are going to be better technically. I think Richard Silver was working with them as well, so they'll be quite clued up, and they have more time to work on those things around the ruck than we do. But like I say, I'm sure the rest will get better as they ref more, and there's some new rules and interpretations that we need to get to grips with, and we'll speak to the right people about that, and hopefully we won't be as penalised much next week when we play Oldham.
On injuries with your own squad, Joe limped off towards the end. It looked a few battered and bruised players. Is there anything to report, or is it just a few niggles?
Yeah, I think it's just early games, you feel it more because you've not been playing, when you're in the grind of a season. Joe got a bang on the knee. I don't think it'll be threatening him not to play next week. Otherwise, we got through pretty well. Miles got a dead leg. But otherwise, yeah, we're pretty good. And Rob Masson missed today, we're 60-70% that he'll be back next week as well. So we're not in a bad position, injury wise.
And on next week, you've got the Law Cup at Oldham. Are you looking forward to that? And is that another chance for you to see the lads in action and getting to grips with this new squad?
Yeah, it'll give us another run out. We'll treat it more, as a game that we want to win. It'll be tough because they've got a good home record. They didn't win many games on the road last year, and they stayed up, so that shows how good they were at home. They've had a couple of tough away games, one at Swinton and at Barrow today, so they'll be battle hardened for it. But yeah, we'll go out and we won't make as many changes next week, and we'll look to put out our strongest side and keep it consistent. And everyone's looking forward to it and playing Oldham again, and it'll be a good benchmark, against a good side who did well, who held their own in the Championship last year. It'll be a good benchmark to see where we're at a couple of weeks out from round one.
Cheers, on.
Cheers.